Okay, guys, I just saw this trailer come across my screen, and I just went ahead and turned the camera on. It looks like it's going to be a trailer for a Chucky-type horror movie. But I was reading the description, and it seemed pretty interesting, so I figured I'd go ahead and check it out.
Katie, you lost your parents.
Welcome home.
You're my niece. I'm gonna do everything I can to make this place feel like home.
Just wish I could see them again.
I'm not equipped to handle this. I don't even take care of my own plants.
James Wan. I actually really love James Wan movies. He created Saw. At least the first Saw. I don't know how many other Saws he was involved in. But Saw, if you guys have ever seen the first Saw, it's not like Saw 3 and then beyond, but the first Saw and the second Saw, those are actually really excellent horror movies. He had this really original concept that the villain of the horror movie, which is really more of a thriller, the first two Saws, was in some ways the hero. He was exacting revenge in a vigilante style against people who were corrupt. It wasn't legally justified what he did, but he felt morally justified in his actions. And I think the movie was successful at convincing the audience that, something should be done about these people. I don't know, certainly not this sort of torture thing, but so that's what got that movie to really work for an audience, and then ultimately approved for not just a sequel, but a whole series of films. So James Wan, definitely successful. He did direct Aquaman, though, which if you've been on our channel for a while, you know how John feels about Aquaman.
I have to say before we start, I need you guys to know how my true feelings are about this movie. I think this movie is one of the worst movies of our generation.
I actually kind of enjoyed the movie, but if you watch our roast of Amber Heard, he definitely goes in on it. Dude, that's cool. That is steak right there.
That's her stunt double, dude. That's not even her.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The best acting that comes out of this movie comes out of the stunt doubles.
And Annabelle was a really good movie as well.
I have this project at work. Do you want to see?
Yes.
Blumhouse is pretty much the king of just churning out these horror movies every year. Oh, and The Black Phone. Oh, The Black Phone did really well this year. I think that had Ethan Hawke in it.
I was little. I dreamed of this perfect toy that would protect a kid from ever feeling lonely or sad. This is Megan.
Hi, Megan. I'm Katie.
When you have a child actor, you just, whatever performance they give, I'm of the opinion that you just accept it. I'm not in the field of critiquing child actors, but in my mind, you can't critique someone until they're at an age where they can go from the outside looking in and critique what they're doing. And I just don't think that children really have that kind of worldview yet. I don't think that there's a level of maturity that allows them to really take a step back and critique themselves, and then also to even understand what it is to be human, and then to explore that. Explore the reality of that, explore the truth of that. So a lot of times as an actor, I go to my past. I rely on my past, my history, my experiences to pull from that and figure out, like, is this real or is that real? Or, oh yeah, I've experienced this before. I've felt that before. Oh, I've been in this situation before. I know how to do this. And children, they're just not of the age. So I am not going to be critiquing this young lady. Good for her for being in this movie.
It's nice to meet you, Katie. Do you want to hang out? Okay.
Sufficiently creepy. I like how they made the doll look like the young actress.
Megan, your goal is to protect Katie from harm, both physical and emotional.
Is that a doll?
Model 3 generative android. Megan, for short.
I can't.
I'm already finding this doll a pretty creative take. Chucky was kind of stiff. Of course, it was made, I think, in the 80s. Something like that, so they didn't really have the ability to make it anything but stiff. I definitely like the more digitalized, and it feels like a real element in the shot. It doesn't feel like a digital element. The eyes kind of do, of course, but otherwise I'm actually buying what I'm seeing here.
Can't believe you made this. I love it.
Wanna hang out, yeah, sounds like fun.
Great job.
It's nice to have a friend.
It's honestly like she's part of the family now.
They could be building emotional
Where have I
connections that
seen
are too
the
hard
main
to
actors
untangle.
before?
She's the happiest she's been since her parents died. Eat the toppings, Katie.
Research shows if you force a child to eat vegetables, they'll be less likely to choose those foods as adults.
I
that
think
so?
Chucky had a single mom as well,
Right, turn
although
off.
this person is claiming to not be her. Okay.
I thought we were having a conversation.
Yeah, I think this is just like a legal guardian, which again,
Does she
very
talk?
similar to Chucky.
Make her say something.
Stop! Don't! Megan!
I hate when they want a villain and they just pick some sort of stereotype. Come on, writers. Make the person nuanced. And also, this is also part in the directing. Like, don't direct the kid to act like a one-dimensional dirtbag. Just he being a total jerk for no reason. Kids can be that way, but it's not an interesting character. And when you're making a movie, you always try to make every element as interesting as possible. So people always argue with me about this. Well, no, that's real. That's happened. I've seen that before. It's not just about real. It's about finding something that's real and the most interesting version of that. That's how you make a great movie.
You should probably run. Megan, did you push Brandon onto the road? I won't let anything harm you.
This is going in a pretty predictable direction so far.
Turn off.
Recalibrating response model.
But I like the idea. I like the concept. Of course, I love Chucky, so. They just made it. They just changed the gender.
What's wrong with you? Don't worry, Katie. I won't let anything harm
And
you.
of course, in Chucky, the doll was possessed by the spirit of a
Ever again.
convict, a murderer. Definitely gave me Chucky vibes, but I'd be shocked if that movie goes in a surprising direction. Now, again, I like James Wan, so I trust him, but at the same time, his latest movie was Aquaman, and that went in an entirely predictable direction. So, I don't know. I'll probably still check it out so long as it's like 90 minutes. But if they try to stretch a movie like that to 2 hours, yeah, I'm not going to watch that. Curious to hear you guys' thoughts. I think it looks pretty interesting. Not terribly surprising, though, the direction. So I didn't really see too much creativity there. The doll looks pretty photoreal, so that's nice. It didn't seem like it would be a distraction during the movie. I'm curious to hear you guys' thoughts.